Hi, I'm Amber, the Chakra Diva. I am an energy healer and a crystal therapist, as well as a psychic intuitive. So today I'm going to talk to you about hooks. And that is different than cords, if you are familiar with them. As an energy healer, when I scan somebody's body, sometimes I see these hooks that are usually within the chakras. Hooks don't normally stay out in our field of our auric field, but they really get us where our chakras are, our main chakras. So you have the 7 chakras that go up and down throughout your body. And when I find a hook, I know that it is something that is embedded into our that person's subtle body energy. So hooks actually look like hooks. They look like an anchor to me. That's how they come. That is, an anchor that's thrown overboard a boat, right? So when I'm scanning somebody's aura and I see this hook, then I know that somebody is holding on to something that is emotionally draining. It can be stress. It can be, usually it has to do with a relationship that has gone not as planned, not in the highest light, highest good. So when at first I saw a hook, I was like, what do I do with it? And I tried pulling on the hook. And when you pull it, that's a big no-no. You don't want to do that because hooks are embedded throughout all of the grids within they're embedded through the aura and they come all the way down into your chakra, and that's your main vortex in there. So when you pull it, if you pull it out, you're going to have this big gaping hole and a leak of energy, and it can also cause some psychological issues as well. So you don't actually want to go in and yank on the hook or the anchor, okay? So if you are an energy healer, if you are in your own space and you find a hook, please do not yank on it. So the next thing that I tried to do was to carve around the hook, go under the hook, and scoop it out. And I wasn't able to do that because sometimes cords are different. Cords are energetic cords. They can be thick, they can be long, they can be in different not styles, thickness, really, that you can cut these cords with. But anchors are more secure and embedded throughout all of the layers of grids going down into your chakras. So they're harder to get to. So even if you cut it around, what you're doing is you're cutting through all of your auric field all the way down into your chakras to where the hook is, and you're cutting around there and trying to scoop it out. And I wouldn't recommend doing that either. So I've done everything that I'm not supposed to do in order to find out what I am supposed to do. And in finding out what to do or what helps is to send in the light. And sending in the light means saying a prayer. I call upon Archangel Michael. I ask that you cut all ties, cords, agreements with contracts with so-and-so person that this hook is related to. And when that happens, so when I'm asking the removal of the contracts and agreements and to find peace and love, it lifts up out. And it's like this beautiful, easy peace that just, here you go. Here's the present, the gift that comes to you. So don't yank or anything like that. So I say a prayer. Hello, angels and guides. Please make amends. Please release this hook that is embedded. We're going to remove, and usually I can feel the feeling or sense the feeling that the person is holding on to. Guilt, anger, remorse, whatever it may be. We're going to remove that from the energy field at this time, and I want to send in the light, send in love, send in the highest good for all, because once that hook is moved out and I throw it somewhere, right, I'm handing it over to the angels, usually Saint Germain and Archangel Zachiel. I talk to them by transmuting the light, by transmuting the energy into light. So I pass it over to them, and that way it's not in the person's field anymore. And then I put my hands on top and infuse it with beautiful white light to come through and fill up that. So if you ever see a hook in somebody's energy field, do not cut it out. Do not pull on it, right? When you pull on it, if here's the bed, I wish I could really show you guys this. if this is the bed, right? The bed meaning inside the grid, right? So again, on our aura, there's the 7 layers that you can see or you can feel, but then within that, there's all of these little entanglement webs and designs and things like that, all the way down to your chakra. So if there's a hook, let's say there's a hook in my heart chakra, and I go to pull it, it's pulling on all of the webs. It's pulling on your chakra. It's pulling on all of that, and it's not in the best of ideas. Now you can also, after you infuse it with love and light, you can put an amethyst stone on top of it. An amethyst, whatever, because amethyst is very healing. It's very protective. And you can place an amethyst stone on any one of the chakras that you found this hook and are removing the hook from. Sometimes, a lot of times actually, the hook is more likely in the back if somebody's like processing through a like a marriage or a relationship or things like that that have been in the past that people may still be holding on to, the emotional baggage. You'll find them in the back chakras. So make sure you check the front as well as the back. And if you find a hook, remember to ask higher guidance. Ask the universe to come in, swoop in, and mend all contracts and agreements, to release and send in the love and light into that area. And then you can use that stone again to work with that field, to work with that energy, because if you pull it out, if it comes out, it's going to be this big gaping hole. And when it's a gaping hole, that means that it can fill up with other things. And you don't want other things to fill up with it. So you want to send in the love, send in the light back into that hole and refill it with goodness. So that is my video on hooks. Please subscribe if you are so called or so resonate to do so. My name again is Amber. I am known as the Chakra Diva, and you can find more information from me at thechakradeva.com.